Welcome to the Mystery Pathway. The internet is a breeding ground for strange stories, a digital landscape where the bizarre and the eerie thrive. Urban legends and creepypastas spread like wildfire, captivating the imaginations of those who dare to read them. One story in particular sent chills down my spine, a tale so unsettling that it lingered in my thoughts long after I first encountered it. They called it the Red Room, a name that alone evoked a sense of dread and curiosity. A hidden corner of the internet, accessible only through a specific sequence of keystrokes, shrouded in mystery and fear. I scoffed at the thought, dismissing it as just another spooky story, just another tale for teenagers to share in the dead of night, to scare each other and laugh it off. Or so I thought. The more I read about the Red Room, the more intrigued I became, unable to shake the feeling that there was something more to it. It was always described in the same way, a consistency that was both fascinating and unnerving. A vast, empty space, bathed in an unsettling crimson light, a place that seemed to exist outside the bounds of reality. Some claimed to see figures lurking in the shadows, dark entities that watched silently, pale, featureless beings with hollow eyes, their presence a haunting reminder of the unknown. The stories were too consistent, too detailed to be completely fabricated, each account adding to the chilling lore. A seed of doubt was planted in my mind, growing with each new piece of information I uncovered. What if it was real? The thought both terrified and exhilarated me, a paradox of emotions that I couldn't ignore. The logical part of me dismissed it as nonsense, a figment of collective imagination. But there was a small, persistent voice whispering in the back of my mind, urging me to dig deeper, urging me to find out for myself, to uncover the truth behind the whispers in the digital dark. And so, with a mix of fear and determination, I decided to embark on a journey to uncover the secrets of the Red Room, to see if the legend held any truth. The Red Room became an obsession. I spent hours scouring online forums, piecing together fragments of information. Each post, each comment fueled my curiosity. The alleged key sequence to access the room was never revealed directly. It was always hidden in cryptic riddles and coded messages. A challenge. Days turned into sleepless nights. The line between reality and the digital world blurred. I neglected my work, my friends, my life. The Red Room consumed my every thought. It was as if I was being drawn in, pulled by an invisible force. I told myself it was just curiosity, a thirst for knowledge. But deep down, I knew it was something more. The thrill of the unknown, the allure of the forbidden. It was intoxicating. I had to know the truth. I had to see the Red Room with my own eyes, even if it meant confronting my deepest fears. The breakthrough came unexpectedly, like a bolt of lightning in the dead of night. I stumbled upon a hidden message board, a digital haven for those seeking the Red Room, a place shrouded in mystery and fear. They spoke in hushed tones, sharing their experiences and theories, each more chilling than the last. And then I saw it. A coded message, barely visible amongst the lines of text, like a whisper in a crowded room. It was the key sequence, the one that would unlock the door to the unknown. My heart pounded in my chest, each beat echoing like a drum in the silence of the room. I hesitated for a moment, my finger hovering over the keyboard, the weight of the decision pressing down on me. A wave of dizziness washed over me, my vision blurred, the room spinning around me. Was it fear or anticipation? The line between the two blurred in that moment. I took a deep breath and typed in the sequence, my hands trembling. The screen flickered, then went black, plunging me into darkness. A wave of nausea hit me, my stomach churning. The air grew heavy, thick with a strange static charge, like the calm before a storm. And then, the red light engulfed me, swallowing me whole. It was just as they described it, an endless expanse of crimson, stretching out in every direction. An endless expanse of crimson, stretching out in every direction, like a sea of blood. The air was cold, sterile, devoid of life. The silence was deafening, broken only by the faint hum of electricity, a constant reminder of the unnaturalness of this place. I felt a shiver run down my spine, a primal fear taking hold. This was it, the Red Room, a place of legend and terror, now my reality. I took a tentative step forward, my footsteps echoing in the silence. Each step seemed to reverberate through the empty corridor, amplifying the eerie stillness around me. The ground beneath my feet felt strange, unreal, like walking on a cloud, or perhaps a dream. It was as if the very fabric of reality was shifting beneath me, or maybe it was my mind playing tricks on me. The disorientation was overwhelming, making it hard to distinguish between what was real and what was imagined. I wasn't sure if I was relieved or disappointed that the room was empty. The emptiness was both a comfort and a curse, offering no answers, only more questions. But that feeling didn't last long. A sense of unease began to creep in, growing stronger with each passing second. In the distance, I saw them, shadowy figures emerging from the red haze, their forms becoming clearer as they approached. Figures emerging from the red haze. Tall and slender, their bodies were almost translucent, like phantoms from another world. Tall and slender, their bodies were almost translucent. They seemed to shimmer and waver, as if they were not entirely part of this reality. They moved with an eerie grace, gliding towards me. Their movements were fluid, almost hypnotic, drawing me in despite my fear. Their faces were pale, devoid of any features except for their eyes. Those eyes were large, black, and utterly empty, staring right through me. Large, black, and utterly empty, staring right through me. Terror gripped me, a cold, unrelenting fear that seemed to freeze my very soul. I wanted to scream, to run, to do anything to escape this nightmare. But my voice was caught in my throat and my legs refused to move, but my body was frozen in place. I was paralyzed by fear, unable to even blink. I was paralyzed by fear. The figures surrounded me, their presence suffocating, their cold, empty gazes boring into me. The figures surrounded me, their presence suffocating. I could feel their cold, empty gazes boring into me, stripping away any semblance of hope. I could feel their cold, empty gazes boring into me. It was as if they were peering into the depths of my soul, leaving me utterly exposed and vulnerable.